Hi, my name is Will Pincek, and in this Learning Byte we will be talking about how to use call trace on the mobile broadband gateway. Okay. We'll start out by just giving an explanation of why we would use call trace, and then we'll do a call trace demonstration. So, when it comes to subscriber sessions, there are a few tools to troubleshoot them. One is trace options. So you'll notice in the configuration that there are lots and lots of places to turn on trace options. However, in a production environment, it is not recommended to use trace options. There's a few reasons, and we list them here. First off, in order to troubleshoot a particular subscriber, you need to enable trace options under GTP, under radius, under DHCP if you're using DHCP, under charging, okay, all the way through in order to determine where things are going wrong. Okay, so you'd end up turning trace options on everywhere if you're trying to troubleshoot the entire process of bringing up a subscriber session or bearer. Okay, and the problem with that is that trace options are performed on the session picks. So it causes the session picks to generate the logs. So these session picks that you're using to support your potentially millions of subscribers, you are now asking them to do a lot more than you probably want them to do. And these session picks could potentially generate trace option logs for millions of attached subscribers instead of just an individual subscriber that you might be troubleshooting, or an individual call that you're trying to troubleshoot. You may be having the session picks troubleshoot and generate logs for millions of subscribers, and that's a heavy burden on the session picks. Instead, the recommended method for troubleshooting an individual subscriber or individual set of subscribers is to use the function called call trace, which is recommended for production environments. And it allows you to analyze all the events, GTP, radius, charging, all that, using a single tool, and you can do it for an individual subscriber or a set of subscribers. Okay. Okay, so we'll do a demonstration. So we'll look at our topology here. I'm going to have an emulator that emulates a single call. The subscriber is trying to attach via the mobile packet core to the GGSN or PDN gateway. In this case, it's a GGSN. That mobile subscriber will have an MZ of this value here. So that subscriber will be attempting to attach. Also, that subscriber will be authenticated via this radius server here. Okay, and then once that subscriber attaches to the GGSN and is authenticated via radius, the user will now be able to get out to some PDN out here. Okay, so in this case, I'm just going to give you show you how you can trace and view the entire process of the call setup and the response that goes out, the GTP response that goes back out to the SGSN from the GGSN using the call trace function, never having to enable trace options. Okay. So let's see here. Okay, here I'm logged in to an MBG, okay, mobile broadband gateway. I've got the GGS configured. If I say show unified edge, I've got a GGSN configured gateway called ggSN.lab3. It's got GTP turned on this GN interface. It's got an APN, which is what the user is going to attach to. It's going to be authenticated via radius, okay, via this radius server configured under this mobile profile. Let's see. So the address assignment is going to be done locally using AAA override. That means that if Radius comes back with an address for this user, it'll use that that address provided by Radius, which is what's going to happen. Radius is actually going to provide the address. And so all we need to see here is that we do have a valid config. Okay. If I say show access, here we'll see that we have our mobile pools. Radius will come back and assign an address from this range, which is tagged as external assigned. Okay, so we do the address that Radius will come back with an address from this range. No problem there. And here's our Radius configuration as well. Okay, so this allows us to authenticate via Radius, this particular Radius server. Okay. But this particular learning byte is about the call trace functionality. So first we're going to see, okay, what subscribers are currently attached to this. So if I say run show Unified Edge GGSN subscribers, we're going to see that there's no currently attached subscribers. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to emulate a subscriber. Okay. Well, first, before I do that, before I emulate the subscriber, I'm going to first turn on a call trace. Okay, so I'll say run request Unified Edge GGSN. Okay, and I'll say call trace, and I'm going to start a call trace. Okay, start a call trace, and then what am I going to trace on? Okay, so what are my options? So I can trace by APN. I can make a comment to the into the file that it will save to. I can set a file name prefix if I want to. I can specify it by FPC slot. I can do it by individual MZ. Okay, so if a particular subscriber with a particular MZ is having problems, I can say, oh, I can ask the subscriber for the MZ and use the MZ as the flag for the trace. Okay, in this case, I'm just going to specify the next call. Okay, so next call. And then you specify, okay, how many call events? Okay, how many calls are you going to trace? In my case, I'm just going to trace the next call, just one. Okay. Okay, so now I see here that it's successful, and I'm now tracing on the particular session pick for this gateway. And so the tracing is going on now. It's waiting for a call. So I'm going to initiate a call. I'm going to do that here. I'll go ahead and do that over here. And if I go back over here, run show Unified Edge GGSN subscribers. So look here, the call did complete. Okay, so it did come up. The subscriber did come up. Notice the subscriber address did come from that address pool, which was externally assigned. It came from Radius. And here's the user's MZ. So we've got a subscriber that is now attached. So now let's see. Now I'll go and just verify run request Unified Edge GGSN call trace. Okay, now if I say question mark here, I can stop the call trace. So if the call trace is still going on, I can stop it using the stop command here. Okay, but in this case, if I just say show detail, I'm going to see that there were several call traces done. Okay, there's 1, 2. Okay, these are and then 3. Now this last one is the call trace that was just performed. Okay, so the most recent one is the one on the bottom. Okay, which is this call trace ID 3 here. So this is the one we want to look at. I'll notice the status is done, and that's because we traced on next call of 1, which it shows you what we traced on. Notice that this particular one, we did a trace on the MZ. Okay, so the MZ was traced. Okay, was our flag for tracing. Okay, the one we performed was on the next call of 1, and it was completed. Okay, so we are done. We don't have to stop it because it's already complete. And notice the file that all the information was saved to. It's this call trace ID. To view that file, you look under var log, and you just say run show log, and then the name of the file. Okay, so I'll copy that select that file here. Okay, now if I tab complete it, notice that it has appended it with the service pick that was actually doing the logging, which was MS200. Hit enter, and here's my trace log. Okay, here's my call trace for the for this particular subscriber. So if I just look, I won't go through all the details, but what I do see here is that I do see the GTP create PDP request message come in, and it shows me all the information elements for it: the MZ, the routing area identifier, the what else? The charging characteristics, if there was, the GSN address, which that would be the SGSN address. Okay, the MSISDN all the way down. Okay, so lots of good information. The IMEI. Okay, lots of good stuff. This is all the stuff, this one thing right here. So it actually shows you, without turning on GTP trace options, now I've got the GTP logs for this particular setup. Now here is, it's showing now the process of going through the radius authentication. Okay, so I send out a AAA authorization request. I get a response. AAA is done. I've acquired an address, which is okay. We're good. So we go through the process of assigning an address now, and we're seeing that it was successful. Obviously, was successful. Okay, once we've got the address, then it goes into the charging. So there's no charging enabled for this. Okay, so neither accounting nor online or offline charging. So it actually even shows you the process that the MBG goes through to set up a subscriber. Okay, session establishment. Session is established, and we're going to respond now with the create PDP context response, saying the request has accepted, the TE-IDs, all the pertinent information for this particular subscriber. So nothing went wrong in this one, but if you you could determine from all these logs, you could determine where things go wrong. You know, so we receive a, you want to check, did you receive the create message? Did you go through authorization? Did it succeed? Did DHCP succeed? Did charging succeed? Wherever it stops, you can determine where the problem lies, and you can troubleshoot deeper. And then go on to you can view the create PDP context response message to see what was sent back to the SGSN. Okay, and that's it. That's how to use a call trace.
Visit the Juniper Education Services website to learn more about courses. View our full range of classroom, online, and e-learning courses. Learning paths, industry segment and technology-specific training paths. Juniper Network's certification program, the ultimate demonstration of your competence. And the training community, from forums to social media. Join the discussion.